From the legendary Medes establishing their rule in the 8th century BC to the powerful Achaemenid Empire under Cyrus the Great, Iran witnessed a tapestry of cultures and conquests. Following Alexander the Great's empire, the Parthians rose to prominence, governing vast territories and fostering Greek cultural influences. Later, the Sasanian Empire flourished, blending Zoroastrianism with administrative prowess. Keep watching, because Iran's history unfolds with dynamic shifts, from Islamic conquests to the rise of the Safavids and beyond, leaving enduring legacies in Persian culture and identity. Ancient settlers of the Iranian Plateau. Around 2000 BCE, the Iranian plateau witnessed the arrival of Aryans, known as Indo-Iranians, who migrated from Central Asia to settle in the region. Among these early settlers were the Medes, an Aryan ethnic group who established themselves prominently in western Iran. They divided their territory, referring to the northwest as Little Media and the Zagros Mountains region as Great Media, with their capital situated in Hegmatane. Diocese, the legendary first ruler of the Medes, is said to have governed for much of the first half of the 7th century BC, according to accounts by the ancient historian Herodotus. The Medes, who founded their state in the late 8th century BC, achieved a significant milestone by overthrowing the Assyrian kingdom, then renowned as the most dominant and ruthless power of the time. However, their reign was brought to an end around 550 BC, when Cyrus the Great of Persia emerged victorious, marking the transition of power from the Medes to the Persians, and the beginning of the Achaemenid Empire. The Achaemenid Persian Empire, founded in 550 BC. The Achaemenid Empire stands as a testament to ancient imperial grandeur, encompassing vast territories from Anatolia, modern Turkey, and Egypt across Western Asia to northern India and Central Asia. The empire's origins trace back to the defeat of King Astyages of Media by his grandson Cyrus II, also known as Cyrus the Great, who ruled Persia from 559 to 530 BC. This pivotal victory reshaped the geopolitical landscape of the Near East, consolidating power under Persian rule. Cyrus's conquests extended beyond Media. He decisively defeated the Lydians in western Anatolia and overthrew the Babylonian Empire, which had dominion over Mesopotamia and the eastern Mediterranean regions. These conquests not only expanded the territorial expanse of the Achaemenid Empire, but also laid the foundations for a sophisticated imperial administration that would govern diverse cultures and peoples across vast geographical regions for centuries to come. From Alexander to Parthian conquest. After the death of Alexander the Great in 323 BC, his vast empire was divided among his generals, marking the beginning of the Hellenistic period. Seleucus Nicator, a trusted general who had served under Alexander, took control of much of Alexander's Asian conquests, focusing primarily on the territories that encompassed Iran at their core. In 312 BC, Seleucus I established the Seleucid Empire, which became a significant power in the Hellenistic world. The empire's reach extended over large swathes of territory, including Asia Minor, Syria, Mesopotamia, and the Iranian Plateau, with Seleucus I assuming the title of Basileus, or king. The Seleucid Empire's reign over western Iran endured for approximately 80 years, characterized by a tumultuous history marked by continuous internal strife and external conflicts. Despite its initial strength and extensive territories, the Seleucids faced formidable challenges from the east. The Parthians, a rising power in the region, steadily expanded their influence and military prowess. By the time of the late 2nd and early 1st centuries BC, the Parthians had effectively dismantled Seleucid authority in Iran, asserting their dominance over the region. Concurrently, in the western territories of the Seleucid Empire, the Roman Republic emerged victorious in a series of military campaigns, ultimately annexing these territories and further weakening Seleucid control. These developments marked significant shifts in the geopolitical landscape of the ancient Near East, as power dynamics shifted between the Seleucids, Parthians, and Romans, shaping the subsequent trajectories of these civilizations. A powerful force in ancient Iran. The Parthian Empire, also known as the Arsacid Empire, emerged as a formidable political and cultural entity in Iran from 247 BC to 224 AD. Founded by Arsaces I, who led the Parni tribe in conquering Parthia in northeastern Iran from a Seleucid governor named Andragoras. The empire quickly expanded under successive rulers. Mithridates I reigning from approximately 171 to 132 BC, notably extended Parthian influence by annexing Media and Mesopotamia from the weakening Seleucids. At its zenith, the Parthian Empire spanned from the northern Euphrates in present-day Turkey to the regions of Afghanistan and western Pakistan, strategically positioned along the Silk Road trade route. The Parthians cultivated a deep appreciation for Greek culture, which had flourished during the preceding Seleucid era. Some Parthian kings were well versed in Greek literature, and Greek cultural practices, such as athletic competitions, were observed at the Parthian court. The empire's administrative structure included the Mahestan, a parliament consisting of aristocratic and religious chambers. However, while influential in ceremonial and advisory capacities, the Mahestan wielded limited direct authority in state affairs. Despite these cultural and administrative influences, the Parthian Empire faced continuous challenges from rival powers, including periodic conflicts with the Roman Empire and internal struggles for succession. Nonetheless, its strategic location and economic prosperity along the Silk Road ensured the Parthian Empire's lasting impact on the historical and cultural development of the ancient world. From Sasan to Ardashir, the Sasanian Empire, deriving its name from Sasan, a revered Persian priest and progenitor of the dynasty, rose to prominence following the overthrow of the Parthian rule. Ardashir I, Sasan's grandson, and the founder of the Sasanian dynasty, achieved a pivotal victory in 226 AD by defeating Artabanus IV, the last Parthian king, and seizing Ctesiphon, the capital of the Parthian Empire. This marked the definitive end of Parthian dominance and the establishment of Sasanian sovereignty over Iran and its territories. Ardashir I assumed the prestigious title of King of Kings, a prestigious designation previously held by Achaemenid and Parthian rulers, symbolizing his authority over a vast empire. The Sasanian rock reliefs, notably at Naksh-e-Rostam, vividly portray scenes where the god Ahura Mazda, depicted seated on a horse, bestows divine authority upon the Sasanian kings. These rulers, known as Mazda-worshipping kings, were deeply committed to Zoroastrianism, with Ahura Mazda as the supreme deity. The Sasanians accorded considerable privileges to the Magians, the religious practitioners of Zoroastrianism, who wielded significant political influence. Magians participated prominently in the empire's inauguration ceremonies in Ctesiphon, acting as pivotal figures in judicial matters and the collection of taxes. This symbiotic relationship between the Mazda-worshipping kings and the Magians underscored the religious foundation of the Sasanian Empire. It contributed to its cultural and administrative cohesion for centuries to come. The arrival of Islam in Iran. After the Muslim Arabs triumphed over the Sassanids and established their rule in Iran, the socio-political landscape underwent profound transformations. While urban centers swiftly embraced Muslim governance, the rural areas and regions like Tabaristan and Gilan resisted, often necessitating repeated military campaigns for full control. This resistance underscored a broader discontent among Iranians, who, dissatisfied with the prevailing class inequalities under Arab rule, increasingly converted to Islam as a means of social integration and equality. However, the Iranian populace remained wary of foreign Arab domination, leading to periodic uprisings and the emergence of independent movements seeking autonomy from the caliphates in Baghdad. Notably, the Taharians, 881, 826 AD, and Safarids, 866-903 AD, rose to prominence during this period, establishing their governments in defiance of Abbasid authority. These movements not only challenged the centralized control of the caliphates, but also contributed to the fragmentation of political power in Iran. The resistance against Arab rule and the establishment of local dynasties reflected a complex interplay of religious fervor, cultural identity, and geopolitical aspirations among the Iranian people. Despite the challenges and conflicts, Islam gradually integrated into Iranian society, blending with pre-existing cultural norms and contributing to the rich tapestry of Iran's historical evolution. Guardians of the Abbasid Caliphate. The Seljuk Empire, a high medieval Turco-Persian Sunni Muslim empire, was founded by Tugril and his brother Chagri in 1037. The Seljuks were nomadic Turkish warriors from the Chinik branch of Oghuz Turks in Central Asia, who confirmed themselves in the Middle East during the 11th century. They became the protectors of the declining Abbasid Caliphate. The Seljuk Sultanate, centered in Baghdad, included Iran, Afghanistan, Iraq, and Syria. At its height, the empire stretched from western Anatolia and the Levant to the Hindu Kush, and from Central Asia to the Persian Gulf. The Seljuks advanced from their homeland near the Aral Sea into Khorasan, then mainland Persia, and eventually conquered Baghdad and eastern Anatolia. Their victory at the Fight of Manzikert in 1071 allowed them to take most of Anatolia from the Byzantine Empire, which helped trigger the First Crusade. The Seljuk Empire started to decline in the 1140s and was replaced by the Khwarezmian Empire by 1194. Rise under Genghis Khan. The Mongol Empire began in 1206 when Genghis Khan unified several nomadic tribes in the Mongol homeland and was declared the ruler of all Mongols. Under Genghis Khan, the Mongols swiftly conquered northern China and the eastern Islamic lands, expanding rapidly. After he died in 1227, the empire continued to grow under the rule of his descendants, who launched invasions in all directions, extending the empire's reach. Legacy of Timur. Tamerlane. The Timurid Empire, also known as Gurkhani, was a vast Persianate Turco-Mongol empire that spanned modern-day Iran, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, parts of the Caucasus, Iraq, Kuwait, Afghanistan, Central Asia, and portions of Russia, India, Pakistan, Syria, and Turkey. Founded by Timur, or Tamerlane, between 1370 and his death in 1405, the empire reached its zenith under his rule. Timur, of Turco-Mongol descent, and known as a skilled military leader, married into Genghis Khan's lineage, earning the title Gurkhan. He favored settled lands with ancient Islamic or Indian cultures and established his capital in Samarkand, modern Uzbekistan. Timur saw himself as the restorer of Genghis Khan's Mongol Empire and fostered trade with Ming China and the Golden Horde. The Timurid period marked a golden age in medieval Islamic art, especially in Transoxiana and Persia, highlighted by figures like Ulugh Beg, renowned for his contributions to astronomy and mathematics. By 1467, the Timurid dynasty lost much of Persia to the Ak-Koyunlu Confederation. But Timurid princes continued to rule smaller states in Central Asia and India. Babur, a Timurid prince, later established the Mughal Empire in India in the 16th century, tracing his lineage back to Timur. Rise and influence. The Safavid Empire, founded in 1501, emerged as the second major Islamic empire in Persia. Originally a religious sect, it transformed into a full-fledged political dynasty. Unlike the Sunni Ottoman and Mughal empires, the Safavids were officially Shiite, which sparked significant hostility with their Sunni rivals. The empire endured until 1722, when it was invaded by the Afghans, marking its decline. Despite its end, the Safavid Empire left a lasting impact on Persian nationalism and culture. The Qajar Dynasty, 1789 to 1925. The Qajar dynasty, ruling Iran for about 150 years, was one of the largest families in Iranian history. Noted for its incompetence, the dynasty oversaw a decline in the Iranian economy. Aga Muhammad Khan founded the dynasty in 1789 and held his coronation in Tehran in 1796. The last Qajar king, Ahmad Shah, was overthrown in 1925. In the early 20th century, the Iranian Constitutional Revolution aimed to establish a constitutional monarchy, leading to the formation of an elected parliament or majlis, and the deposition of Muhammad Ali Shah for Ahmad Shah. However, many reforms were reversed by a Russian-led intervention. Qajar Iran faced further challenges with the Persian campaign of World War I and the Ottoman Empire's invasion, weakening its territorial integrity. After the 1921 coup d'etat, Reza Shah took potential in 1925, marking the transition to Pahlavi Iran. Agha Muhammad Khan Qajar, originally a chieftain of the Koyunlu branch of the Qajar tribe, became king in 1789 after deposing Lotf Ali Khan of the Zand dynasty in 1794. Known for establishing centralized governance and moving the capital to Tehran, Agha Muhammad Khan's reign also saw aggressive actions, including the brutal subjugation of Georgia. He sacked Tbilisi, massacring many inhabitants and relocating thousands of Georgians to Iran. Assassinated in 1797, he was succeeded by his nephew, Fath Ali Shah. The Pahlavi dynasty, 1925 to 1979. The Pahlavi era in Iran was a time of significant change, progress, conflict, and political instability. Reza Khan, a commander in the Iranian army, orchestrated a coup against the Qajar dynasty in the early 1920s and established the Pahlavi dynasty. This marked a shift towards centralized power in Iran's governance. Reza Shah Pahlavi, who controlled the country from 1925 to 1941, aimed to modernize the country by reforming the economy, education system, and military. Despite his efforts, he faced resistance from conservative factions within Iran and external pressures. During World War II, concerns arose when Reza Shah aligned with Nazi Germany, prompting British and Soviet forces to invade Iran in 1941 to safeguard its oil reserves from falling into Axis hands. In response to domestic opposition and the invasion, Reza Shah abdicated in approval of his son, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, hoping to address both internal and external challenges. Iran's strategic location during this period influenced its foreign alliances and policies, particularly regarding the control and exploitation of its oil resources, which shaped the nation's economic trajectory. What enduring legacies from Iran's history, such as the Islamic conquests and the Safavid Empire, continue to influence Persian culture and identity today? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. If you enjoyed what you saw, don't forget to hit the like button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos. Your support means a lot to us. Take care until the next one, and feel free to drop a comment sharing your thoughts. See you soon.